Good evening from Wilmington, Delaware, to all my beautiful African queens of the Democratic Party plantation. Sisters, how can you dare blame your big brother King Kong consciousness for the white racist Democratic Party losing the presidential election this year? I wasn't even in the country, sister. I left on purpose. I was in the United Kingdom hanging out with my British Africans. If you don't believe me, call London, England. If you don't believe me, call Birmingham, England. If you don't believe me, call Manchester, England. I wasn't even in the country, ladies. I was over 5,000 miles away across the Atlantic Ocean building Pan-African consciousness with my European Africans.
Too bad you really ain't built that damn school though, but it's all good, bro. I'm trying to. They say you built it, but that school ain't open right now, bro. It's okay. You should have stay in your ass right there in Delaware and make sure that damn school supposed to be open with your line. It ain't been open for years, but it's okay. Let's get back to the lives.
I was away since the 31st. I was gone. I wasn't even here. I returned election night. How you gonna blame me for the Democratic Party losing the election? I'm hearing black women are crying, fainting, depression, anxiety, bipolar spells, psychotic episodes.
He's right. Y'all have been crashing the F out. That's true.
Bipolar spells, psychotic episodes. My black queens, it ain't that serious. You crashing out for a political party we've been voting for overwhelmingly for the past 88 years. What are we crying for, sisters?
Right.
Black queens, can we please do something about this? But if you need a hug, I'm here. If you need some life coaching, I'm here. Whatever I can do to help my beautiful African sisters out, I'm here.
So let me kind of get into this. You know, a lot of Democrats are blaming black men in general for the Democrats losing the election, when we already know that most black people still voted for Kamala Harris. But one of the people that were blamed, and even I think Tariq Nasheed took some blame from certain people in the opposition, was that because Dr. Umar didn't like either party, he convinced certain blacks to stay home and not participate in the race because of his notoriety and his fame. So it is because of Dr. Umar's following that he said, hey, listen, your positions are making these black people not want to come out to vote. So it's people like you that are against someone like Kamala Harris becoming the president. Now, I want to be fair to Dr. Umar Johnson, although he is very scammy, okay? If there's anybody who would vote for a black woman to be president, by far it has to be Dr. Umar Johnson, okay? And there are many black men that are like him, even though they're not pro-black. A lot of black men are not against a black woman being president. Hell, if the presidential candidate was good enough, I wouldn't be against it. As long as the woman can deliver, that's all I'm caring about. Because you're eventually gonna have a female president one day. Look at Tanzania. Tanzania is one of the most masculine countries on planet Earth. They have a female president. One of the reasons because their last president died in office, but she's the current president and doing a damn good job in Tanzania. Tanzania is not missing the beat. So we're not putting a woman's ability to lead on trial here. I believe that Kamala Harris just happens to be a woman who flip-flops and can't stand or really deliver on her principles. And that's what we have a problem with.
I'm hearing we got beta males on the Democratic Party plantation. They having crying sessions.
Roland Martin.
I heard Van Jones and Swollen Martin and Barack Obama, they having crying.
Did he say Swollen Martin?
They having crying sessions for the beta males of the Democratic Party plantation. Come on, family. You weren't going to get anything from Kamala Harris. Come on.
Right.
You didn't get nothing from Joe Biden. Come on.
And this is a great point to talk about. A lot of the Democrats base everything in gloom and gloom and fear tactics. If you don't do anything, this is going to be the outcome. And that is a replacement for, hey, listen, what can we do for you? For an example, I'm not a rich as y'all, right? But I love the Cheesecake Factory. and I love the chicken and biscuits. I was in Dubai. We don't have the Cheesecake Factory here in East Africa, but when I buy the chicken and biscuits meal, and I've always loved it, I know that I'm going to have a certain level of satisfaction with that meal. If I want to get a Snickers cheesecake, I understand what I'm getting. But if Cheesecake Factory changed its position on selling products to a customer, saying that, hey, if you don't buy this cheesecake, well, you're going to regret it because you're going to go out there and get hit by a bus. Or if you don't buy this chicken and biscuits here, and if you were to go to KFC, there might be a roach in your food, and then you might die if you eat that food. Although that is unlikely to happen, what Cheesecake Factory is delivering to me and the message is, we don't really want to improve what we have for you as a consumer, so we would like you to be brainwashed with fear tactics. This is what the Democratic Party does. They brainwash the voting bloc that they have, and that's why their voting bloc crashes out in the way that they do, because they believe that, hey, listen, that somebody else running the country, you're going to go back into slavery, it's going to be back on the plantation, and all of these things that you've seen before, the worst things are going to happen to you. Instead of them trying to compete for your vote, just like a customer will compete for your business. No restaurant or shoe brand or any other brand that you deal with sells you stuff based on fear, gloom and gloom, or the fear of the unknown. Nobody does that. Everybody gives you value for what you do know and to try to keep you happy by giving you what you want.
But my Republican Party plantation slaves don't go rubbing this in their face. Because I don't know who told you Donald Trump was the savior of Black America.
He's not, but I'm definitely rubbing it in their face, including my own mom.
He couldn't care less about Black folks. We crashing out over white candidates, white racist political parties.
You don't care about blacks either, Dr. Umar, to be real. But you spitting facts. You don't care about them either. It's gonna be real. Unless they got a big ass.
Nobody can save the Negro but the Negro himself. Nobody can save the African but the African himself. Listen, if y'all want to blame me, I will wear it as a badge of honor that I'm responsible for Black people waking up and no longer serving as the loyal plantation slaves of the Democratic Party. I will gladly accept the reward. I will take the honor home. I will take it home. But I'm not responsible for this. No, she still walked off with 85% of the Black vote, but it just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. And this is what you guys understand. The Black community did its job to get Kamala Harris elected. Maybe not in those swing states, though. That's the difference. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, a lot of Blacks came out on behalf of Trump. Georgia. But that has a lot to do with the failure of the Democratic Party to its constituency. Instead of trying to do fear and gloom tactics, loom and gloom, that's what they thought they can do. Hey, listen, Donald Trump is going to be the next version of Hitler. So if you guys don't want Hitler, you just vote for us. Where somebody looked at you and say, as Joe Biden, well, listen, I can't survive under Biden, so we need somebody who can fix it.
Hispanics went for Trump more than her. Those over 50 went for Trump more than her. This wasn't my fault. This wasn't Black America's fault.
No, it wasn't. He's right.
They wanted to put Kamala in there. The white power structure, they wanted to put Kamala in there, but they knew if they robbed him again, they knew if they robbed him again, America would have went up in smoke. Y'all know that. They was going to give Kamala the Oval Office, but they said if we rob him again, we don't know what's going to happen in these streets. So the shadow government had to have a sit down. This your big brother. I just took a shower. I'm in Wilmington, Delaware. We working on FDMG. I just want to relax and get back out there tomorrow. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Can y'all stop blaming me?
I like that shirt, though. I would actually get that. I'll actually buy that shirt.
Can y'all stop blaming me for things I don't have anything to do with? Peace and Pan-Africanism. And by no means am I intending to beat a dead horse.
Yes, he is.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. And by no means am I intending to beat a dead horse. But my Democratic Party plantation slaves,
He about to be a dead horse.
I'm having a little bit of a problem with the fact that y'all crying over Kamala Harris, but y'all not crying over that $30 million that the Divine Nine gave her in one night to pay for campaign ads and commercials. If you gonna cry, don't cry because a white racist political party lost the election.
So I think like it's I don't know if the Divine Nine are the, Kappas, the Omega Psi Phis. I don't even know all of them, but the Greeks. So the Divine Nine. These organizations gave her that much money. That's what he's talking about. And he got heavily criticized for making this particular statement too. But let's continue.
That the black community can never get back. That the black community can never get back. That the black community can never get back. Why don't you cry about the $30 billion black women in particular, but black men as well, spend on beauty and hair products? Why don't we cry about all these black girls who are being sexually trafficked in this country? Why aren't we crying about all the homeless black women with children living on the street? Why aren't we crying about all the young black men who are losing their lives to senseless violence? Are we crying like this for these lynching victims? Are we crying like this for these police genocide victims? But you crying for Kamala Harris? But you not crying for the $30 million the Divine Nine gave her?
So let me kind of say this for the black women out there that want Kamala Harris to win. First of all, that really would have opened up the door. And obviously, black women are doing very well in many aspects. But to have a woman that's black or black appearing as the female president opens up the door for any black woman, I don't care if you're African American or not, to become leaders, more of a trend-setting thing in America, corporate structure, your female is president. That will open up a lot of doors so a lot of black women can attach themselves to that success and benefit off of it. Because obviously the world is going more female leadership, more female competence. So a lot of women, if Kamala Harris becomes the president, they're going to benefit from that, especially in the private sector. They're going to get more opportunities because a lot of the left-leaning companies, are going to be forced to give more black women more of an opportunity. They're already getting the opportunity, but they're going to give it more. So I can see why black women have a vested interest in wanting Kamala Harris to be president, simply because they automatically benefit off of it.
To pay for useless commercials and ads, the money from which she's never getting back. Can we please stop the nonsense? Can we please get organized? Black queens forever, snow bunnies never, Pan-Africanism or perish. I'm the new leader of Black America. You either with me or you against me. The agenda is coming soon. 2025, Team Pan-African, King Kong consciousness. You either with us or you against us.
I mean, you sound like a child. You said all of that to basically prop yourself up, which we know you have no ability to do anything. I mean, I was getting with some of your points, but again, a lot of the things that Dr. Umar does is almost the same thing as the brainwashing that Democrats do. So let's tear down an individual so then you can lift him up. Dr. Umar Johnson, we're going to be honest. You couldn't be trusted to watch a quarter. So you're not a leader or anything. You're in that dust bed with bed bugs in it. Looking like you probably haven't used deodorant in years. So nobody in the black community can take you serious at all. I would trust Kamala Harris before I trusted you. I'm sorry. And I don't even like Kamala Harris. But I would trust Kamala Harris with some money before I trusted with y'all. Okay? you can't lead even yourself to the toilet, let alone somebody else. So, let's just stop that. You're not the leader or anything. Until you get that school finally accredited, which you have not and can't do, nobody takes you serious, Negro. But again, that's Dr. Umar Johnson's response to a lot of the liberal sisters out there that were mad at him. Again, I want to stay away from both of y'all on that side and Dr. Umar himself personally. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shooter Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use.